is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
Before we jump into today's episode, we wanted to take a moment to acknowledge what's happening in Minneapolis. We here at Girls Gone Hallmark stand with the Minneapolis community, calling for accountability, transparency, and an end to this violence. Our hearts go out to the families and everyone affected. We know that these are heavy times, and we're very grateful to have you here. And our goal is to offer you some lightness in the form of escapist podcast movie reviews. On today's episode, we're discussing Caught by Love, which originally premiered on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, January 24th, and is currently available to stream on Hallmark Plus. Hey, listeners, come on over and join us on Instagram, where we are Girls Gone Hallmark. It's the best way to keep up with what's coming from us. An occasional peek behind the scenes, reminders of new episodes. Give us a follow over there.
Hey, we invite you to come join us on Patreon. We are at patreon.com/Megan and Wendy. Lots of new followers over there. I want to say thanks if you found us via Girls Gone Hallmark. We love to have you over there. It is a paid platform. For $5 a month, you get 4 new episodes from us. Very chit-chatty, very off-the-cuff, very non-structured. It's honestly, it's one of my favorite projects we do together.
It's very fun for us, and it is an incredible way for you to support the work we do over here for free on Girls Gone Hallmark.
Hey, finally, we have a new email address. The old email address still works, girlsgonehallmark@gmail.com, but we have a new one, which is hello@girlsgonehallmark.com. So we would love for you to send in your thoughts on these movies we've been reviewing for a potential upcoming mailbag episode.
Yes, I do believe we will have one in early February. So get those emails in so we can get that episode recorded.
Yeah.
We got an email from Francisco recently.
I saw. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Francisco comes from the origin of the mailbag episodes when we launched that back in last year for The Way Home.
For The Way Home, indeed. We also got a Spotify comment from Eric from Iowa the other day.
Eric from Iowa.
All the OGs.
Yeah, I love it. Great.
Let's kick this review off with a synopsis of Caught by Love.
While on a journey of self-discovery, a resort guest gets swept up in an undercover investigation for stolen jewels that turns into an unexpected and adventurous romance.
Caught by Love was directed by Kevin Fair, a true Hallmark MVP with more than 50 directing credits to his name. Hallmark fans will instantly recognize his work from favorites like My Dreams of You, 3-Bed, 2-Bath, 1 Ghost, and Wedding Every Weekend. He's also directed the lion's share of the signed, sealed, delivered movies, along with many installments of The Morning Show Mysteries.
Morning Show Mysteries. This is a show that piques my interest every time I see it for some reason. I don't know why. I believe it has Holly Robinson Peete as the lead in it. Why am I drawn to a morning show atmosphere with a mystery frame to it? I don't know.
Is that our next series of reviews?
Maybe. I also would not mind revisiting our first impressions. So maybe we do a first impression of Morning Show Mystery. I don't know.
Interesting.
You're like, what?
That's just not how that series works. We don't do first impressions of movies.
It's a series
of movies.
Yeah. So what?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We could do a full, guys, here's some backstory. We spent nearly an hour talking before we started recording episodes of our schedule.
More than that.
And, what we can do. And this never came up. So I think that's why Megan's WTF are you talking about, Wendy?
I'm really not.
Okay. But listen, hear me out. We could do a month of first impressions of mystery series, like ones we've never watched. And like which one,
Do we want to
grabs
do
our
the deep
attention.
dive into? I don't hate that idea at all. Maybe it's Mystery March.
Oh, I love that idea,
So
Megan.
as I'm saying that, we also may have 2 new series dropping in March. So stay tuned. Mystery May. We'll see. It's coming soon.
I love it. Back to Caught by Love. The screenplay comes from Marcy Holland, a Hallmark favorite with more than 50 writing credits. Her previous work includes The Christmas Quest and A Biltmore Christmas, and she's currently writing on the highly anticipated sequel, which is rumored to be titled A Grand Biltmore Christmas.
Rachael Leigh Cook stars as Annie, bringing more than 100 acting credits and a whole lot of nostalgia to the role. Can you look at her and not see she's all that?
No.
Yeah.
No. It has defined her.
And
I wonder if she thinks that's a good thing or not.
It's like Lacey Chabert as Gretchen Wieners. Like,
Yep.
it's a blessing and a curse, I think. But we recently watched She's All That, and it's a cute movie. Like, I actually like that movie, but I was so angry because I'm like, she's so cute. Like, the idea that they made her out to be this, like, monstrous person because she wore glasses. Anyway,
Yeah.
misogyny runs deep. Go ahead.
Totally. She's All That. Does it hold up, or is it still like sort of offensive in 2026?
I mean, the teenage boys are awful. It's that classic like high school teenage popular kid. It's not as offensive as it could be, but it is kind of like, oh, you need to be hot to get the popular boys to like,
Yeah.
We most recently saw Rachel in Sisterhood Inc., which is currently streaming on Netflix. She's also set to reunite with her She's All That co-star, Freddie Prinze Jr., in the upcoming The Christmas Affair, which is now in pre-production. We are very curious to see where that lands. It does not appear to be a Hallmark movie.
Yeah. Where do you think that goes? Netflix?
Netflix, I could see it on Prime. It could go Peacock even.
Maybe we'll review it. Ha, LOL. Like in the during the time of year when, well, I don't know. I guess we did Champagne Problems this year. Like, when it's crazy busy. Hallmark. So it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay, never say never. Luke Macfarlane stars as Jake, continuing his run as a Hallmark fan favorite. We're always glad to see him return. Most recently, he appeared on Hallmark Plus in the unscripted series Home is Where the Heart Is, where he helps families renovate inherited or meaningful homes. I know a lot of our listeners watch that show. I did see a couple. I enjoyed it because I like a home renovation
Me too.
show. Beyond Hallmark, Luke has recently appeared in the comedy Shifting Gears. He is also a regular on Apple TV's Platonic, and is set to appear in a comedy called Let's Have Kids alongside a very stacked cast. I don't know where that's going to air at, but yeah.
Is that a movie or a series?
I believe it's a movie.
Amanda Villanova co-stars as Laura. Amanda has 11 acting credits and previously appeared on Hallmark in For Love and Honey in 2024.
Rupert Hill appears as Robert. He's an English actor and best known for his long-running role on Coronation Street, where he appeared in nearly 350 episodes.
Whoa.
He also starred in the early 2000s UK series Family Affairs.
Suzanne Debney appears as Suzanne with just 5 previous acting credits. This is her first Hallmark role.
Ruby Kramer appears as friend Joanna. She has 27 acting credits and last appeared on Hallmark in the 2024 movie 2 Scoops of Italy.
Emerus Cooper plays Colin. Jake Allen appears as Reed. Fernando Corral as Peter. Denise Capezza as Rebecca. And Russell Barnett as FBI agent George.
Lots of actors in this one. Caught by Love was filmed in Malta, a small island nation in southern Europe.
Let's take a quick break before we come back with our first impressions. Hey, Wendy, what was your first impression of Caught by Love?
Well, I kept waiting for Jennifer Coolidge, but honestly, Luke Macfarlane and Rachael Leigh Cook worked for me.
Little White Lotus nod there.
Did you not get like White Lotus vibes?
I mean,
this?
I've never seen White Lotus.
Oh,
but I did
thought
hear
maybe
that.
not.
I watched the first episode of the first season and it made me so wildly uncomfortable that I didn't keep watching.
I think that's the
Point
beauty of that show. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't for me, but it does have quite the following. My first impression is this was not the week for the IMDb reviews to enrage me.
Oh no. We're gonna have to dig deeper into this because I have not
we will.
read any of the IMDb reviews.
I could power a small town with the fire of my rage alone. But let's talk what we liked first.
Okay. Wow. Part of me feels like I have to defend this movie because I actually really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, like, because I read Reddit and I see Facebook, and I think a lot of people are like, oh, it was kind of boring, or the chemistry doesn't work for me, or whatever. I liked it. Of course, I read the synopsis ahead of time, but to me, this was like a perfect mashup of a mystery and a romance, and Hallmark has been lacking mysteries, so it worked for me that way. I was pleasantly surprised by just the story in general. And I really enjoyed our leads in it as well.
That's my favorite thing about this movie as well, is the rom-com mystery aspect to it. When we're in a month where we have 5 winter escape movies, this one really sets itself apart by having that twist to it, that aspect to the plot. Is it zero stakes and super Hallmarky? Yeah, it is. That's what I'm here for, though. And like you, I really liked Rachael Leigh Cook and Luke Macfarlane in this movie. Yes, I do see her as that teenager with glasses and she's all that every single time she's on screen. But I also thought she was real cute. I thought they're just both so easy and watchable. And the movie is set and filmed in Malta, which could not be more beautiful.
Stunning. I had to honestly look on a map. I was like, where is this and can I go? I loved it. You know, I would say this movie is maybe related slightly to Lost in Paradise, the first movie of the Winter Escape.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
In terms of story, you know. But I agree. I felt like it did stand out in this month of movies, just in terms of a fun, different story.
Yeah, I would put, with the 4 we've seen so far, I would put Melbourne at the top. And then I would probably tie Lost in Paradise and Caught by Love for the second place position.
I agree.
Curious to see what happens next week with Missing the Boat.
Yeah. One of the things I really liked in this movie is, and I used to talk about this all the time, but the costuming, the wardrobe. I thought first of all, Annie to me always slayed. I thought she always looked great. Her outfits were super cute. She was accessorized appropriately. I just thought she looked real cute, really aspirational, to be quite honest. I thought whoever did the costuming did a really nice job in having like Annie and Jake coordinated but not matchy. Do you remember talking to Keith Nielsen about this? I don't know. It was a long time ago. But we had mentioned like, oh, that's so interesting where your 2 leads kind of like look like they fit like a puzzle, like they're coordinated, right? And he's like, duh. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm a regular person. Like I would never think to have like a color palette that you work with anyway. But since that conversation with him, I always notice it. And I just thought it worked really well in this movie, especially with characters Carolyn and Peter.
Oh, I was just thinking that.
So they had that fountain scene where
with her navy dress.
Met. So yes, let me talk about it. She's in a navy dress and she has a red heel on. And then Peter comes and he's wearing navy and white and he has a red rose. And they just work perfectly together. I so loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, and it's interesting because that couple has a very different style to Annie and Jake's style, but everyone fits in the Malta style. Like they all look like they belong. I loved Annie's wardrobe and I thought it was a nice twist to have her like, oh, I've got my friend's luggage like all packed and ready to go. That's why I look like this.
Yeah.
I may not have my life together, but my clothes look great. And that worked. Like her character needed to look that good in this movie, and they found a way to make that make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Her never-ending collection of matching sets,
Yes.
resort wear, I just loved it. I was like, please pack me a suitcase full of that.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that you're rolling off of a flight in high heels,
No.
but whatever. I can let some things slide.
I really liked the character of Lara.
Laura was great.
I especially liked her up top before we know what the deal is with her and Jake and their subterfuge here. The way she's reacting to Shea Royal, that lady who's like mad about the chlorine concentration in the pool.
Yeah.
Like the comedy is amazing. We'll talk more about her, but I thought she was a great additional co-star to this movie. Her partnership with Jake was really fun.
Yeah, I have some notes on that. I loved her like kind of deadpan patience with these privileged guests. I thought was really funny. Really, really funny. You know, not like laugh out loud funny, but appreciated like her annoyance with all of it.
Yep.
Loved it. I did read a critic review that said they thought Lara and Jake had more chemistry than Jake did with Annie. And part of me like can see that, you know, like when you're partners like that, you have to have some sort of rapport, right?
Right.
And I liken it to the characters on the show Private Eyes, which is on Hallmark Plus. It's Jason Priestley. And I unfortunately at this time cannot remember the co-lead of that show, but they kind of have that similar, you know, they're Private Eyes. They have that similar sort of working dynamic. In their case, it is romantic, but I'm telling you, if you like that sort of vibe, you should watch Private Eyes.
I agree. I think it's more of a rapport than a chemistry that they had. I thought Jake and Annie had, I thought they were very cute, Jake and Annie. It wasn't a strong, sexy, swoony vibe, but I was like, oh, they're so cute. Like this was a real cute, like vacation, getting to know you, cute vibe. You know, like, oh, I like
hear
him.
you.
Oh, this is fun. It was that for me.
Yeah, people while you meet on vacation, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you about cute, but I thought their kisses were pretty
Oh, I don't disagree with you. That's true.
hot and sexy at the end. And there were lots of them, and I liked it. Take that, IMDb reviewers.
On another note, Rachael Leigh Cook's physical comedy when she's doing aerial yoga is fantastic.
I agree.
I fully appreciated her just going for it in those moments.
Yeah. I agree too. That is also one of my likes. If I could piggyback off of that, I was pleased that this movie had minimal hijinks in it. And I would say that aerial yoga scene was hijinksy, but it was funny enough that I didn't mind. It wasn't like over the top. It felt very realistic. I would absolutely be that person.
I loved it. And I don't know if you caught it, but the first time they show her doing that, we see Jake and Lara talking to each other, and he says something like, we could be dealing with a sophisticated criminal. You cut to Annie fully tangled up in the silks. It was a nice comedic moment for me.
Absolutely.
And did not cross the hijinks line.
Another thing I liked about it is that the crime to me was real low stakes.
Like zero stakes, which I kind of loved.
I kind of love that too. I do have a note about it in my wishes, but you know, like there's no murder, there's no darkness.
No.
We're just talking about stolen jewels and rich, weird people that are at some wellness resort. The whole combination of it all was just watchable to me.
Yeah, zero stress.
My final thing I liked, I thought this movie, the script had some interesting questions. And if I may present them to you, and hopefully you can give your thoughts
I'd love to hear them.
on them. Jake has a comment. Him and Annie are in this conversation, and he says people are motivated by self-interest, including jealousy and greed. My first question to you is, do you agree with that, Megan? What are your thoughts on that?
All people?
He says, yeah, and she argues back. She's like, I don't think that's the case. But his stance was like, people are motivated by self-interest.
I mean, can you paint every single human with the same brush? No. Are plenty of people motivated by self-interest? I mean, sure.
I think Annie's stance was like, she thinks there's more good in the world.
I would like to think there's more good in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I just thought, I was like, this is a deep question or, like this is a deep conversation for people who just met.
At the end of the day, the question is like, can I have my cake and eat it too, right? Can I get what I want and also be a good person? I think is probably the goal of a vast majority of people, and put in a position where they have to choose like, well, what's good for me or what's good for the group. I think that maybe is where you find out what you're made of.
Yeah.
It's a hard question to answer.
For sure. The next one was during the scene where Robert, the wellness head guy, has like, he's invited them up and people are like telling what they are manifesting. And Annie says like, I hope in 5 years I'm going to own a home and I'm going to have something, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember the specifics. And his response to her was, are those truly your dreams or just what's expected of you? And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I just thought it made me pause and think about my own opinions in this moment of this movie. I just thought,
yeah, no, that's good. Is that what I want, or is that just what I think people want me to want?
Yeah. I know a lot of these Hallmark movies just are surfacey background fun, but I do sometimes think they double click into some interesting thoughts about life.
Yeah.
More talk with Megan and Wendy about philosophical questions and Hallmark movies.
Join us on next week's What's Good on Patreon, where we're going to deep dive into.
Do you have any more likes?
I don't. Let's talk wishes.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you this. This is going to shock nobody. A sleuther, I am not. I never know who's committed the crime, and we're batting 1,000 with this one. I literally had no idea right up until the moment where Jake says, we've investigated all the guests. And I was like, I know, it's not a guest. And then that was my one contribution.
Oh, really? That's, you're so funny. Well, okay. I will agree with you. There are so many characters, right?
It's yes.
It works for like the suspense of like, who could be the potential bad guy? It did keep me guessing. And at different points, I really thought, I was like, oh, it's the travel influencer. And then I was like, oh no, it's the ex-girlfriend. Oh no, it's Joanna, Annie's friend. And then at one part I thought,
Joanna.
Yeah. And at one part I thought, wouldn't it be quite a twist if it was Annie? Because that would be really interesting. Yeah. But, it wasn't. But I agree with you. Towards the end, I was like, yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea who the bad guy is. None. In terms of the crime, I do wish there was a little bit more setup at the beginning. Like, give me some clearer context about the jewelry theft. What was stolen? I mean, I know that we knew that like it was a necklace, but like how serious was it? Why did catching the buyer matter?
Yeah, because they're not even going to really catch him. He's like, all I got to do is take a picture and send it to the person who hired me. They're not even getting the item back.
Yeah,
they ultimately do, but that's not even their goal.
Exactly. I just think if they would have framed it more in terms of like the stakes, it would have maybe hooked people quicker at the beginning.
Even like a flash of the necklace getting stolen instead of us opening with our two leads.
Exactly. And my final wish was, man, they resolve things so quickly at the end here. They catch Robert, right, doing this dirty deal just on the grounds of it. Like there's
loudly,
they're not in some office space or like a hotel room, anything. I thought was weird. But then Jake and Annie go back to the party, like nothing's happened. And then once the word gets out that Robert was apprehended, like everybody gets a text message or like some alert on their phone, and then the party dissolves. I was like, what?
Yeah. I did not understand why the party then had to end. If the bad guy has been apprehended, why are we leaving?
Yeah, you whoop it up.
Yes.
What else did you wish for?
Give Lara more to do. She's just working the whole time and doesn't get to do any of the fun investigative stuff. Like even a fun little threesome moment. You know what I mean? While they're all together, even one scene like that where she gets to be out of uniform would have been fun. I thought my big wish Luke Macfarlane's sexuality has absolutely nothing to do with his performance in this movie, and the number of reviews that say like, it was good, but worth noting, but no, it's not relevant. You either liked his performance or you didn't. It's as relevant as saying like, oh, well, Lacey Chabert's a cat person, so I find it hard to believe that she's carrying around this purse dog in the movie. It's not relevant. They're acting. It's fine if you didn't think these characters had chemistry. It's fine if you didn't love the story, but leave the parts of your review that are irrelevant out of the review, please.
People can't separate
I
his
don't
sexuality.
mind, but get out of here.
Yeah. That's so effing stupid. Sorry.
I just had to get it off my chest. Let's talk. Did you see that?
Okay. I
go ahead.
absolutely agree with you, by the way.
I know.
Agree with you.
I know you do.
Did you see that? I have two.
Me too.
When Annie and Jake are trying to get over the patio wall, like, you know, they're in Carolyn's room.
Oh, yeah.
And you know how like Annie's room is right next door, but
Yeah.
like they have that kind of that shared outdoor space with just like a low 3-foot wall. Annie climbs over it like a regular human would. But Jake like launches himself 1 foot on each railing, like step, like parkour. Like I was like, first of all, you know me, I would break a damn ankle doing that. But I was so impressed. I just jumped up there and like scaled this little 3-foot wall on the railing, like no problem.
Oh.
My other did you see that is the world's smallest pizza that Jake shows up with.
No, that pizza was so sad.
I was like, what? And, you know, for people who are like not eating any like yummy foods at this wellness resort, bring an extra large pizza and dive in. But what was also funny is that they have this scene and they're eating it and they have barely eaten any of it.
Oh, there was maybe 2 pieces missing from it. My husband and I can power through a large pizza, the two of us, no problem.
No problem. Yeah.
My 2 did you see that are when they go for their bike ride, Annie's in wedges. I cannot imagine that that's particularly comfortable. Looks great, not comfy.
Agree.
And just a tiny little continuity moment when they're having their evening poolside scene and they're chatting perched on the edge of the pool. In the wide shot, her sarong is long and covering her leg and dragging in the water. In the close-up, it's like fully exposing both of her legs. It's like tucked away to the side. It's just a silly little moment. That's all.
You know what I noticed in that scene? Luke Macfarlane shirtless.
Yeah, I did enjoy the mini slow-mo moment we get as Rachael Leigh Cook comes up upon Luke emerging from the water like the Little Mermaid.
Loved it.
Water running off of his shoulders.
Yep.
It is almost like a She's All That when like she's coming down the stairs moment in slow motion, I thought. Totally. Hey, what did you rate Caught by Love?
I gave it 4 stars.
I gave it 3.5 stars.
Are you excited for next week's movie?
I really am. I really am.
I am too. I'm slightly worried based on the poster. Based on the movie poster. But
Chris is so good.
Chris is so good. I really love Emily Ullerup as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. And I liked the preview that they showed. Did you watch Caught by Love live?
I know I didn't, and I haven't seen a preview of it yet. So I will go back and look for it.
They showed a little sneak peek, and I thought it was great.
Great.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark, a Bramble Jam podcast. If you love this podcast, we love your 5-star ratings and reviews. We'd love to see you drop one in the Apple Podcast app. We'll be back next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.